So, after discussing the specific heat at constant pressure and constant volume, today we are going to start a new topic of thermodynamics, and that is the types of enthalpies. Types of enthalpies. It is a very important topic for objective as well as subjective exams. So, the enthalpy can be of following type, and the first one is enthalpy of formation. First type is enthalpy of formation. So, enthalpy of formation may be defined as change in enthalpy when one mole of compound is formed from its elements in their elementary state. One mole of compound is formed from its element in their elementary state, and that is known as enthalpy of formation, and it is denoted by delta HF. Now there might be question on this topic, and the first one is which is showing enthalpy of formation of CO2, and options are there. The first one, carbon solid in form of diamond plus O2 gives CO2 gas. Second option is carbon solid in form of graphite plus O2 gas gives CO2 gas. Third option is carbon monoxide gas plus half of O2 gas gives CO2 gas. Fourth option is limestone solid on thermal decomposition gives calcium oxide solid plus CO2 gas. And fifth option is all of these. So, to solve this question, we have to recapitulate the definition of enthalpy of formation. It may be defined as change in enthalpy when one mole of compound is formed from its element in their elementary state. Then our answer will be the second one. Why not first one? Because thermodynamically graphite is more stable than diamond. Next question might be there, which is showing the enthalpy of formation. Which of following reaction will show enthalpy of formation? First option is N2 plus 3 H2 gives 2 NH3. Second option is H2 plus I2 gives 2 HI. Third option is H2 gas plus half of O2 gas gives H2O liquid. And fourth option is H2O liquid plus half of O2 gas gives H2O2 liquid. And fifth option is all of these. Then in this case our answer will be the third one, because we have to know the enthalpy of formation may be defined as change in enthalpy when one mole of compound is formed from its element in their elementary state. Second, in first and second, 2 moles are formed, that's why they cannot be answer. So the third option will be our correct answer. One thing more, we must have to remember the enthalpy of formation of an element is always zero. The enthalpy of formation of an element is always taken as 0. Now, after this, we have to discuss about the enthalpy of formation. In terms of enthalpy of formation, the enthalpy of reaction delta HR should be equal to summation of enthalpy of formation of reactants minus summation of enthalpy of formation of summation of enthalpy of formation of product minus summation of enthalpy of formation of reactant. By use of this formula, you can find out the enthalpy of reaction. Here, the formula applied will be summation of enthalpy of formation of product minus summation of enthalpy of formation of reactants. I am taking a numerical over it. Let's consider a reaction CH4 gas plus O2 gas gives CO2 gas plus 2H2O liquid. Find out the enthalpy of reaction and internal energy change. If enthalpy of formation of methane is minus 150 kilojoule per mole, enthalpy of formation of CO2 is minus 393 kilojoule per mole, and enthalpy of formation of water is minus 286 kilojoule per mole. So first of all, we have to find out the enthalpy of reaction, and that will be delta HR should be equal to summation of enthalpy of formation of products minus summation of enthalpy of formation of reactants. So summation of enthalpy of formation of product will be, for 1 mole of carbon dioxide, it will be minus 393 plus 2 moles of water, it will be minus 2 into minus 286. So it comes out to be minus 393 minus 572. So it comes out to be 569 minus 965 kilojoule per mole. Now we have to find out summation for enthalpy of formation of reactant. Only methane 1 mole is there, that's why its value will be minus 150. Hence, enthalpy of reaction comes out to be product minus reactant minus 965 plus 150, and that comes out to be minus 815 kilojoule per mole. Now we have to find out internal energy change at 27 degrees centigrade. For that, we can apply formula delta U is equal to delta H minus delta NGRT. Delta H is given, that is minus 815 minus plus 2, because number of product minus reactant, gas is more. R is 8.314, temperature is 300, and if you want to convert it into kilojoule, then divide by 1000. So it will be minus 815 plus 4.9884. So on subtracting, we will get minus 815 plus 4.9884. So it will be 6110, then 018. So it will be minus 810.0116 kilojoule per mole. I hope you understand this numerical. Same way you may proceed for other one. Next, if we want to calculate the enthalpy of formation of any compound, then we can use Hess law. Enthalpy of formation of any compound can be found out by use of Hess law. Already I mentioned what is Hess law and what are its applications. Hess law states that enthalpy is a state function. Hess law states that enthalpy is a state function, or you can say that the enthalpy change will depend on initial and final state only, not on path followed. Not on path followed. And applications of Hess law are first one, calculation of lattice enthalpy or electron gain enthalpy. We have discussed in previous chapters, we can use Bohr-Haber cycle to find out the lattice enthalpy or electron gain enthalpy. Bohr-Haber cycle. I am drawing it for NaCl. For NaCl, sodium will be a solid, chlorine will be in gaseous state, half moles of this, and they will combine together to give NaCl solid 1 mole. So here the enthalpy change will be enthalpy of formation. Now we have to convert sodium into gaseous state. For that we have to provide enthalpy of sublimation. Then we have to convert it into cation. For that we have to give ionization enthalpy. Chlorine is in molecular state, so first we have to convert it into atomic state. Then we have to divide bond dissociation enthalpy upon 2. So we will get chlorine atom, and this on providing electron gain enthalpy is converted into chloride in gaseous state. They will combine together to give you NaCl solid, and here it will be lattice enthalpy. So the formula applied will be enthalpy of formation is equal to enthalpy of sublimation plus ionization enthalpy plus bond dissociation enthalpy by 2 plus electron gain enthalpy plus lattice enthalpy. And numericals might be there on this. 5 variables will be given and 1 are going to be calculated. Keep it in mind, electron gain enthalpy and lattice enthalpy should be negative generally. After this, second application is we can find out the enthalpy of formation of any compound if 2 or more equations are given. Let's suppose question is there. Reaction is given, carbon solid plus O2 gives CO2 gas, and enthalpy of formation is, or enthalpy of reaction is minus 393 kilojoule per mole. Next reaction is carbon monoxide gas plus half of O2 gas gives CO2 gas. Here enthalpy change is minus 110 kilojoule per mole. We have to calculate the enthalpy of formation of carbon monoxide. We have to find out the enthalpy of formation of carbon monoxide. For that, first of all, we have to write down the equation to form carbon monoxide from carbon and oxygen. Then that equation will be carbon in solid state plus half of oxygen in gaseous state. We will get carbon dioxide. Here enthalpy of formation we need to go find out. This is equation first. Second equation might be carbon solid plus O2 gives CO2. Delta H1 is given, that is minus 393. This equation second. Third equation will be carbon monoxide gas plus half of O2 gas gives CO2 gas. Here delta H2 that is minus 110 kilojoule per mole. This equation third. From second and third, we will get second minus third is equal to first. Second minus third is equal to first. So we can say that delta H1 minus delta H2 is equal to delta H. So from this minus 393 plus 110, that is equal to delta H. So enthalpy of formation of carbon monoxide comes out to be minus 283 kilojoule per mole. In this way we can solve the numericals. A few more I am taking. The next one is carbon disulfide react with oxygen. Carbon disulfide is in solid state, react with oxygen gas to give CO2 gas plus 2 SO2 gas. Three moles. So delta H is given, that is minus 1579 kilojoule per mole. Next one is carbon solid plus oxygen gives CO2 gas. Here delta H is minus 393 kilojoule per mole. Next one is sulfur plus oxygen gives SO2 gas, and enthalpy is minus 579 kilojoule per mole. We have to find out the enthalpy of formation of carbon disulfide. We have to find out the enthalpy of formation of carbon disulfide. From this equation, we know for carbon disulfide formation, carbon should react with 2 moles of sulfur to give carbon disulfide. And delta H, we need to find this equation first. Second equation is carbon disulfide solid plus 3O2 gives CO2 plus 2 SO2 gas. Delta H1 is given, that is minus 1579 kilojoule per mole. Second equation. Next one is carbon solid plus O2 gives CO2. Delta H2, that is minus 393 kilojoule per mole. This is equation third. Similarly, next one is sulfur plus oxygen gives CO2 and SO2. Delta H3, that is minus 579 kilojoule per mole. This equation 4. Now we have to make the first equation by use of second, third and fourth. From this we will get third plus 2 times fourth minus second is equal to first. Third plus 2 times fourth minus second is equal to first. From this we will get minus 393 plus 2 into minus 579 minus plus 1579, that is equal to delta H. So it will be minus 393 minus 1158 plus 1579, that is equal to delta H. From this it will be minus 11 14 5 1 minus 1541 plus 1579, that is equal to delta H, and from this delta H comes out to be 38 plus 38 kilojoule per mole. Plus 38 kilojoule per mole. I hope you understand how to calculate the enthalpy of formation if more than one equation is given, and this type of numericals will be there in your competitive exam as well as in board exam. Now after discussing this, we have to discuss about the second type of enthalpy, and that is enthalpy of combustion. Enthalpy of combustion may be defined as change in enthalpy when 1 mole of fuel is completely burnt in presence of air. Enthalpy of combustion may be defined as change in enthalpy when 1 mole of fuel is completely burnt in presence of air, that is known as enthalpy of combustion. And combustion process is always exothermic. Combustion process is always exothermic. It means heat is always going to be released. Next is enthalpy of and calorific value. We have to discuss about calorific value. Calorific value may be defined as the amount of energy produced when 1 gram of fuel is completely burnt in presence of air. Calorific value may be defined as the amount of heat or energy produced when 1 gram of fuel is completely burnt in the presence of air. That is known as calorific value. And higher will be the calorific value, better will be the fuel. Higher will be the calorific value, better will be the fuel. If we have to arrange protein, carbohydrate and fats in increasing order of calorific value, then their order will be protein, least, then carbohydrate and then fat. After this we have to discuss about enthalpy change for the phase changes, and the first one is enthalpy of fusion. Enthalpy of fusion, as we know, fusion means conversion of a solid into liquid. So enthalpy of fusion may be defined as change in enthalpy when 1 mole of solid is converted into liquid. Change in enthalpy when 1 mole of solid is converted into liquid is known as enthalpy of fusion. Next we have to discuss about enthalpy of vaporization. It may be defined as change in enthalpy when 1 mole of liquid is converted into gaseous state or vapor state. Next is enthalpy of sublimation. It may be defined as change in enthalpy when 1 mole of solid is directly converted into vapor state or gaseous state. That is known as enthalpy of sublimation. After this we have to discuss about very important term, enthalpy of neutralization. Enthalpy of neutralization may be defined as change in enthalpy when 1 gram equivalent of an acid is neutralized by a base, or 1 gram equivalent of a base is neutralized by an acid. And for 1 gram equivalent, the enthalpy of neutralization for strong acid and strong base will be minus 57.1 kilojoule per mole or minus 13.7 kilocalorie per mole. Keep it in mind. For if any one of these will be weaker, then this value will be lesser than minus 57.1. After this, we have to discuss about bond dissociation enthalpy or bond enthalpy. Bond dissociation enthalpy may be defined as change in enthalpy when 1 mole of covalent bond are completely broken. Change in enthalpy when 1 mole of covalent bond are completely broken, that is known as bond dissociation enthalpy. And average value of bond dissociation enthalpy is known as bond enthalpy. For example, there might be question for methane molecule, the dissociation enthalpy is 360 kilocalorie per mole. Then what is the bond enthalpy of carbon-carbon bond? Bond enthalpy of carbon-hydrogen bond. Bond enthalpy of carbon-hydrogen bond. In this case, the bond enthalpy will be 360 by 4 because 4 covalent bonds are there. That's why it will be 90 kilocalorie per mole. For 1 mole, it will be 360 by 4. That's why it will be 90 kilocalorie per mole. Now we have to discuss about the enthalpy of reaction in terms of bond enthalpy of the reactant and product. It will be delta HR is equal to summation of bond enthalpy of reactants minus summation of bond enthalpy of product. Bond enthalpy of reactants minus bond enthalpy of product. There might be numerical on this over also. The first one is, what is the enthalpy of hydrogenation of ethene? Enthalpy of hydrogenation of ethene. As we know, ethene has formula CH2 in gas state plus H2 gas in presence of nickel or platinum. We will get ethane as a product. Given that bond enthalpy of carbon hydrogen bond is 414 kilojoule per mole. Bond enthalpy of hydrogen bond is 436 kilojoule per mole. And bond enthalpy of carbon single bond is 380 kilojoule per mole. To solve it, first of all we have to write down the formula summation of bond enthalpy of reactants minus product. In reactants, and bond enthalpy of carbon double bond is also given, that is 520 kilojoule per mole. So for reactants minus product, for reactant there are 4 carbon hydrogen bond. Summation of bond enthalpy of reactant will be 4 into bond enthalpy of carbon hydrogen bond plus 1 carbon double bond plus 1 hydrogen bond. So that will be 4 into 414 plus 520 plus 436. It will be 1656 plus 520 plus 436. It will be 12 plus 11. Then it will be 16 and 2. 2162 kilojoule per mole. This is for reactant. Similarly, we can find out bond enthalpy of the products. Product side 6 carbon hydrogen bond, 6 into 414 plus 1 carbon single bond 380. Then it comes out to be 4, 8, 24 plus 380. That comes out to be 4, 12, 8, 2. So on subtracting this, it comes out to be minus 212 kilojoule per mole. 212 kilojoule per mole. And if you want to find out the internal energy change for this, then we can apply the formula delta H is equal to delta U plus delta NGRT. Similarly, we can find out the resonance enthalpy. The resonance enthalpy may be defined as difference in the energy of most stable structure and contributing structure. And mathematically, it can be find out theoretical value of a reaction minus practical value of reaction. That is known as resonance enthalpy. With this, we comes to end of today's lecture. Tomorrow, we will finish this chapter by discussing the second law of thermodynamics, and then we will discuss about the energy functions. Till then, thank you. Stay connected. Stay healthy.